Ding dong, the authoritarian is gone. Hello and welcome to BinDR News, and today we will talk about the Australian federal elections and how this man, the far left communist authoritarian leader posing as a conservative, Scott Morrison, the Prime Minister of Australia, has been ousted in his general election. His Conservative Liberal Party have been defeated and the authoritarians are gone. You just love to see it. The people of Australia rose up and said no to this failed authoritarian government, and my God, am I happy to see it. I mean, if we look in this is from a BBC article, and it's just good. Look how sad he is after they got destroyed. I mean, and this is only the fourth time, I think, I was reading that the Labour Party have defeated an incumbent liberal, or well, they're called Liberals, but they're the Conservative Party. It's only the fourth time since World War II this has happened. And this is just crazy. I mean, in this BBC article, they talk about how they just lost so many of their voters. The Greens did apparently really well, but I don't really care to talk about how Labour won or what the Greens did. I'm just here to talk about the fact that these guys, he lost. Look at just glorious. The Liberals lost. Quite close in the popular vote, but the authoritarians are gone. And you know what? I'm just gonna bring this back up, because if you don't believe me, he was an authoritarian. Well, look at this. Howard Springs. This is from the BBC. This is only from December 1st. This is not even 6 months ago. Howard Springs. Australia police arrest quarantine escapees. Australian police have arrested 3 people who broke out of a quarantine compound. A quarantine compound. You are arrested for leaving a compound that you were forced there against your will to be there. And now he has lost. I am just so happy. The people have risen up. The people are just hating their leaders now. I mean, here in the UK, Boris Johnson is in the mud politically. Like, no, he should not be in any right mind to win the next general election, but I think he will, mainly because the Labour Party, somehow the Labour Party here are even worse. And in Australia, it tells you, if you just have a semi-competent opposition right now, you will win. I mean, Marine Le Pen even did well in France. Even though she had literally everyone against her, she still closed the gap on Macron. I mean, that's just a one-sided system against her there to prop up Macron. But I mean, look at this. This is from the Express. This is literally from Sunday. It's currently Monday morning. Boris Johnson approval rating as Prime Minister hits near all-time low. Major Starmer boost. I don't really believe that people actually like Starmer. I mean, I don't. He's not. The Labour Party here are just. They're just a middle. They are the party of London and the middle class. They don't represent working people anymore. But Australia shows you how, if we go back to it, that if you have just a semi-competent, left to centre, I don't even know what their policies are, but if you just have a good opposition right now, you will win. But I mean, one of the reasons I'm talking about this is because to say Joe Biden and the Democrats are going to get absolutely slaughtered in the midterms now. Because I don't think this is like a left-wing uprising. I think this is just a anti-establishment, anti-who the current leaders are. This is because their Scott Morrison's COVID policies were an abomination. I'm glad he's gone. Even the Chinese were coming out and saying he's going too far. The Chinese, and I know the Chinese talk a lot of shit, but I mean that just took the cake. But I thought, let's see how old Joe is doing, because you know they said there was a 3.4 swing to Labour. So you know, let's just have a quick look at how's Joe Biden doing. Oh, Republicans have a 2.1 lead. And these are in polls, and this is Real Clear Politics polling average. And loads of these polls, YouGov, Economist YouGov, famously oversamples Democrats like crazy. A PBS poll that also favours Democrats I think I was reading that it was in 2020. Trump the polls were historically wrong in favour of, so in 2020 there were polls, even though Biden won, he won by like a knife edge, and the polls were historically wrong. They were like atrociously awful. Like, I think they were wrong by like 8 points or something crazy in the swing states. And it's like, so as a hypothetical, just like Republicans are at plus 2.1%. There is no chance that they're actually polling just above 2.1%. I mean, you think they only got a polling average in 2021, but famously, if you look back at previous midterms, even when the Democrats have a +5 advantage in polling, they still lose House seats. So and if Republicans have a +2.1, and you think Rasmussen, which has been much more reliable of a poll than like Economist YouGov, which mows it back, has Republicans at +9, Monmouth at +7, CNN has Republicans at +7. That's much more believable. And what we saw in Australia, they turned against their incumbent government. They said, enough, we don't want you. So, Sleepy Joe, I think your time is next, pal. I mean, your approval rating is sitting at 41.1%. I don't even think it's that high. I mean, look, you got YouGov, which barely keeps him, but YouGov oversampling him again. I'm much more willing to bet that Joe Biden's approval rating is in like the mid-30s. And it's like, I tell you what, I wonder if we can find Joe Biden's approval rating just on the economy. Oh my god, look at this. Trump had a better approval rating than Joe Biden did right now. Is that true? Let's have a look. What day is Joe Biden on? Joe Biden is on day 488. Oh my god, I've just gone past it. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Donald Trump, at this point in his presidency, was more popular than Joe Biden. Joe Biden is going to get absolutely roundhouse kicked in the midterms. It is going to be glorious. We are seeing a change for the better, a rejection of authoritarians and incompetent governance, and you just love to see it.